pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Okay. All right, so attendance wise.
This is Dave. It looks like we're missing Audrey, Sandy, and Tim. Tim's on.
Okay. Tim, Audrey, Dave here, Wayne. All right.
And we have two alternates here. So this is Dave. I'd make a motion that we seat Peter for Sandy, and that we seat Mark for Audrey.
I'll second that.
Great, thank you. Any discussion? All right. All in favor or anyone opposed? All right, great, thank you. All right, to the board, can everybody please be on? Oops, all right.
We're on.
Okay, finally. All right, communications. I don't have any specific communications. The one that I'll talk about in the budget is just the one-to-one comment we have. But as far as the just tax collections, we're at 99.1, so we're a little bit better than last year and comparable to the year before. So that trended out, worked out nicely as far as that goes. All right, public comment. All right. Hearing none, I guess we'll move on to finance director's report, which I think everyone.
Joe, before you do, this is Bob. You've got minutes to approve.
Oh, geez. All right, thank you. All right. So we got two sets of minutes. We'll do one at a time. April 19th first.
I will make a motion to approve. Jim Turan.
I'll second it. This is Dave.
All right. Any discussion? All right. Anyone opposed to approving the minutes of April 19th, 2021? All right. Hearing none. Passes. April or approved. April 27th. Minutes of April 27th, 2001.
I'll move that we approve. Wayne.
This is Mark Alberg. I second it.
Second. All right, thank you. Any discussion? Anyone opposed to approving the minutes of April 27th, 2021?
Joe, this is Dave. I'll abstain since I wasn't in attendance.
All right. Sorry, didn't ask for abstentions. You're right. All right, thank you. All right, hearing none, minutes are approved. Now we can jump to number 5 since I jumped the gun on the minutes. All right. And whenever you're ready.
Okay, thank you, Joe. If everybody has the finance director's report as of April 30th. Again, this is a review of, on the expenditure side of the accounts that are over budget of $1,000. Before I do that, on the revenue side, as Joe mentioned, our property taxes are in the positive. We do have a few revenue items that are still in the negative. The transfer station permits, interest rates, and some other miscellaneous items. I think the transfer station permit should peak up during June. Overall, we're still have a very positive revenue balance of about 528,000. So revenues are in a very good position. And I won't go through all the expenditures that are over, but the ones that popped up for April, there's 2 in the attorney fees, labor council, and P&Z, and the bulk of that is due to bargaining unit negotiations. And then we also noticed an uptick in our telephone and internet due to additional services required. Most of the other ones are COVID related. We do receive a fair amount, about over $53,000 of COVID relief, so that does cover those expenditures. And that's a pretty high level of the general fund. If there's any questions.
And terrific report. Question for you. It's the end of, moving into the end of May. How are you feeling about the rest of the year as we look towards the end of it in terms of revenue and expense?
So like I mentioned, I think revenue is in a very good position. Expenses, I'm still researching it. I think we're in a very good position. There's a lot of accounts that haven't used 100% of their budget. That could be somewhat COVID related and some of the professional development areas and mileage and things like that. So I don't have an exact amount. I'm still researching that, still asking some questions, but I think even our snow and ice budget looked pretty good. So, just from my experience, that's the one budget that could do some damage, but I think we're okay there. So I would say overall, we're in a very positive position.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, any other questions? Fran? All right, next item up is appointment of auditors. So annually we have to reappoint the auditors and send who we appointed to OPM, so they have an expectation of where the report's supposed to come from. The firm that we used in the past merged with a larger firm, so the firm has been Bloom Shapiro. I think if you've seen the audit reports, now it's called CLA, Clifton Larson Allen. It's a national firm. But audit did run late, so I think for this year, I'd like to reappoint the same firm, which they're already emailing me to get started on 2021. Things just roll right around. It's just like a motion to appoint CLA as auditors for fiscal year 2021.
I'll make that motion, Wayne, that we.
Yeah, this is Dave. I'll second.
Seconded. Any additional discussion?
They're holding their prices the same, I assume, Joe?
Yeah, it should be pretty close. So we had the federal single audit last year, so that caused a little bit of a bump, but most of the increases are 2 or 3% in the industry, but it's it definitely we'll have some discussion, because with Ann now here, to be able to do a little bit more, because they did previous, so they had done a little bit of extra work, but I don't expect that this year.
Thank you.
Joe, I was curious, this is Mark Alberg, were the auditors the same over the last couple of years, the people themselves? Would be the same people assigned to this account, or is that up in the air?
I do, the on-site people have changed every couple of years as they come up. The manager and the partner have been the same. We are going to have a change in managers this year, because the manager that's been on the account has left the firm. So we will have a different perspective with a different manager, which I think is valuable, even if the firm doesn't change. The manager kind of runs the job, so it will give us kind of fresh eyes on some of this, and of course, same as with Ann being there, just a different perspective.
Thanks, Joe.
Sure. All right, any other discussion? All right, anyone opposed to appoint Clifton Larson Allen as auditors for 2021? All right, so hearing none. Be appointed, we can fill out the form, man, and get that out. Thank you. Old business.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, everyone.
All right. So old business, I don't think we had anything. I'm not sure if there's if there's any new business. All right, I don't have anything. All right, 2022 budget. We had the public hearing last week. We did, only one comment has come into the website. It was the same comment that was made at the actual public hearing. So the one comment that came in via email was from Mary Jean Conrad from the library. It says, members of the Board of Finance, the trustees, friends, and patrons of Brainerd Memorial Library would like to voice support for the town's proposed investment in the library renovation project. The funds allocated in the capital budget over 2 years represent approximately 1/4 of the cost of the project, when half of the cost is being financed through the State of Connecticut Library Grant, with the library raising the remaining 1/4 of the cost. The library has completely self-funded the exterior parking lot and the new north entrance. We're most grateful for the town's support of the much-needed interior work. Mary Jean Conrad, President, Brainerd Memorial Library Board of Trustees. So that was the only public comment outside the meeting, and again, that was the same comment that was expressed at the public hearing. So that, I don't know if there's any other discussion. We added that specifically for the purpose if there was public comment to talk about it, but that was the only comment that we did receive. Okay. There's no other discussion. We'll open up the public comment again. Is there any public comment at this time? Okay. All right. Great. So thank you, everybody, for making the time. We'll see everybody next.
Hey, this is Joseph Day. Yeah, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you. I was like, wait a minute,
Thank
we're
you.
not done yet.
Second, Peter.
Peter, thank you.
All right. Thanks very much. We'll see everybody next week, I guess, live and in person.
See you then.